God. So I walked on stage and we started the first song, and I saw one of the skateboard ramps on the other side of stage. I ran as fast as I could to it. I ran up it. I jumped as high as I could. I threw my arms as far apart. I kicked my legs and I jumped back down. I kept running around, just excited, praising God. And then all of a sudden we got to the first slow song, and I kind of stood there, and there was a breeze in between my legs that wasn't there when I walked on the stage. And lo and behold, I looked down and I'd ripped my jeans literally from my crotch all the way to below my knee. And my great white thigh was just there for the whole world to see. And I was like, I didn't know what to do, because kind of the unspoken rule is in the middle of leading worship, you're not supposed to go off stage. And you know, I went to Bible college, but they never told me what to do when you rip your jeans on stage. I missed that class. I might have been sick that day. And so I'm standing there going, you know, but I was just so embarrassed, because the few people in front of me, they were kind of like giggling, and you know, they were looking at my thigh, and as good as my thigh is, I don't want anyone to see my thigh. And I don't know what to do. I know I'm not supposed to leave, but I was so embarrassed. I couldn't handle it. I walked off stage, and I get off stage, and one of the guys that travels with us, he's our tour manager, helps look after the team and all of our plans. And he goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Look, I ripped my jeans." He's like, "You've got to get back up there. Man, we're here to lead people." And I go, "I can't keep praising God. I am done. I'm too embarrassed." And he goes, "Wait, I've got an idea." And it's like the spirit of MacGyver came over him. He just reached from almost nowhere and had a roll of gaff tape in his hand. Does everyone know what gaff tape is? It's like super, super strong tape. Gaff tape covers a multitude of sins. And he begins to operate on my jeans. He does like a big strip down and starts to do crossovers and like puts lots on there, does like loops around. And then he goes, "Get up there." And I was like, "Oh man, I was so embarrassed, but I'm here to testify. You'd be proud of me." I got back up on stage and I decided I was going to keep praising God. Thank you for your sympathy claps. I appreciate it. So I get back on stage right as we're starting the first slow song, and I assume the position, pretending that I was worshiping, but really I was just having a battle in my mind, because I was so embarrassed and felt a little bit humiliated. And then it's like, you know, I was there pretending that I was worshiping, but really I was just going, "Come on, JD, stop thinking about yourself. You know, we're going to keep praising God. It doesn't matter that happened." And I start to have this conversation with myself, and it's like I had a battle with my mind, because my mind started playing tricks on me. Does anyone mind sometimes play tricks on you? And I'm there, and all of a sudden I start to reimagine that I can feel the breeze on my leg. And then I start to imagine that people are giggling at me again, and I'm just blocking it out. But then like the breeze was getting a bit stronger and the laughing was getting a bit louder, and I opened my eyes and the gaff tape had come off, and the breeze was back, and people were laughing, because it was, you know, there was my thigh again, or what shouldn't have been there, but it was there. And I'm standing there going, like, I look at my thigh, I'm like, oh no, people are kind of laughing. And then Joel, who's one of our worship leaders, was about to start this nice, beautiful, slow song, and the keyboard, you know, sometimes the keys play like that note, and it's like, oh, you get that warm and fuzzy, like the sound of my voice. And so he's just about to sing, but he looks over at me, and I'm like, kind of looking at him going like, I don't know what, I shouldn't have left stage the first time, so I definitely couldn't do it a second time, but I'm kind of like frozen. All this is going on, and he looks at me and he laughs out loud into his microphone, which goes through the speakers, which gets everybody's attention on me. Now not 50 people, 5,000 people are laughing at me. And I look at them, I look at Joel, I drop my head and I walk off stage. I could not handle it. I was so embarrassed. I didn't know what to do. It was the great unknown for me. And so I get off stage, and our tour manager again goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Look, it was cheap fake gaff tape. It didn't work. I am done. I don't know. I cannot go back up there. I just cannot. I can't do it again. Like, I'm done." And he goes, "Wait, I've got an idea." And this is the absolute truth. There was like a curtain at the side of stage that separated us. He walked through the curtain into the general crowd, found someone, and 30 seconds later brings them back and goes, "This guy's going to give you his jeans." And I was like, and so I'm like, "Hey, I'm JD." And he's like, "Hey, I'm a complete stranger." And we go back to, there was a little dressing room right behind the stage, and he gives me his jeans. And I need to explain to you, because I went from wearing the skinniest, tightest black jeans, which is kind of the moral of the story, or they're probably too tight, and so they ripped. And and then to this guy, how do I explain him? Like, this guy, like massive, huge, like heart, you know, big-hearted guy. And so what that meant, and he had the brightest blue jeans. So I went from wearing these skinny black jeans to like the baggiest, brightest blue jeans you have ever seen in your life. But I'm here to report, I'm here to testify. I got back on the stage, I did my belt as tight as I could, and I kept praising God, and it was